Only 3 minutes. I do apologise. From We Share Abundance. We are a cloud nation, an emerging nation with the United States of the world, and we welcome people from every corner of the world as citizens. We're a non-separatist organisation. That means that we don't pigeonhole people. We don't separate people because of superficial differences like height, weight, race, age, gender, colour, creed, class, any of those things. We just see everybody as a human being, and we recognise every human being is unique, so has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every other member of our community. It's a simple philosophy, but it is difficult sometimes to get your head round and treat everybody with equal love and respect. We are now in a process of developing our economy. We've been around for a little over 3.5 years, and we are strengthening our economy to improve the liquidity and value of our currency, which will benefit all our members, because all our members or citizens receive free gifts of our currency every month. It varies how much you receive depending on how active you are in different areas, but it's available to all, and it's a thank you for being a citizen, I suppose. But we need liquidity for those tokens to allow our members to sell them on the open market, and we have a plan called the ShareHope plan, which builds in liquidity for you, and it means that you can withdraw your tokens based on your rank in that plan. It starts with just $1 a month, but it goes up to $10,000 a month, and it's up to you how much you choose to, what level you choose to get to. It's a Powerline plan. And if you don't know what a Powerline plan is, it means that everybody that joins We Share Abundance is, if you like, put in a straight line downward, and everybody that joins goes in at the bottom. So if you join today and 20 people join tomorrow, there will be 20 people underneath you. And then if another 20 people join the day after, you'll have 40 people underneath you, and so on. Now, in many power lines, that is mainly for effect and show, because they don't really amount to much. But in our power line, they do. And we have a little tab in the menu stating power line, and it explains why we're different and why literally your position in that power line could make you thousands of dollars a month. Okay, the quicker you get in, the quicker you building a depth of power line, and the deeper it goes, the more income you can generate passively, as long as you are participating in the plan. You don't need to participate in the plan personally to make money from it, but you make a lot more if you do participate in the plan. But as a free member, you can refer others and get paid. Okay, that is one of the big developments that we've got going on at the moment, and the launch of that plan should happen probably by mid-January. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment because that's where we get most of the comments, and I see we have some comments already. We have Lewis in from Portugal on YouTube. We can see the names of people on YouTube in the app. And then we've got several comments from Facebook users, which we can't see. So I'm going to be heading over to Facebook just now. I'm going to turn off my speakers to make sure we don't get feedback. And I'm going to head over to Facebook, and I'm going to look for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And I'm going to hope to find the 29th of December. Yeah, to expand, get the comments. We've got Deborah Nichols in from Southern Alabama, USA. saying hi all. Okay, and we got Norman in from Doncaster in the UK, and Richard in from Devon in the UK, and Werner from South Africa. Okay, lots of things going on within our community. As I say, we are now getting really serious about expanding our economy and welcoming a lot of new members in, particularly through our Powerline plan, which can literally make you thousands and thousands of dollars um, every month. You've got to take action. That's the main thing. We are also working on our 777 plan. The Powerline plan is a monthly subscription. When I say monthly, it's a lunar month, 4 weeks. It's not a calendar month. And it's $10 for 4 weeks, $2.50 a week. You know, a little bit less than 40 cents a day, which, as I say, has the potential to generate you tens of thousands of dollars. So I think it's a pretty good deal. The 777 plan is a one-time payment, and your one-time payment can be anything between $5 and $635. But you can start with $5 and work your way, or you can get in at the top end. It's entirely in your control. So to get started in both plans, once they launch, well, you can get in the pre-launch for the 777 plan now, and you can get in the Powerline for the Sharehold plan now. A pre-launch for the 777 plan, you can get in, lock your place in, and as soon as we get that launched, we'll be paying out commissions. Right. We will be getting started officially in a moment, because we're going to have our short prayer followed by a little affirmation to help us with the non-separatist ideology we talked about. The little prayer is there to help us find happiness. And I don't have an awful lot of updates, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about the power of words and the power of intent, because it is really important. But we'll get to it after we've gone through a couple of other things, and of course, after our little prayer, which is coming up now. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member that they find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation: we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, let's see. No, oh, we've got somebody else coming in, but it's just Deborah saying amen. Okay, amen, Deborah. Okay, I haven't got the numbers out today. We have been very, very busy on the 777 plan. The allocation of free entries is quite complicated, and it needs to be right, because it's what drives the plan. It was what means that nobody fails in that plan. The elements of the plan you will find in lots of other plans. We have a pass-up system. We have people that get entries paid or entries placed under them. We have cycles going through different levels, leveraging things. We have lots of leverage in lots of different ways, and none of them are really new. But to bring them all together with the synergy we have in that plan is new, and it is something that I've been trying to accomplish for a long, long time, and that is to have a plan where everybody would make money. Obviously, some people are going to make more than others, and that's deserving. That's fair enough. But it's a big tragedy that people that get involved in plans and trying to make money online, the vast majority, a very high percentage, usually over 90%, fail to make any money. Well, it's impossible not to make any money without a perfect plan. It doesn't matter who you are and what you are and what you've been and how you've been. It's impossible not to make money from the way that the plan works, okay? I can't guarantee how long it takes you to get into profit, but it shouldn't, in theory, it shouldn't be very long. Even the longest time we would expect would be probably 6 weeks or something like that. I can't guarantee that. There are no guarantees in this life except for the fact that we're all here for a limited amount of time and we don't even know what that is. Oh, excuse me. Please, just a moment. Alexa, stop. I forgot I'd got something in the oven. And it's well done, let's put it that way. Okay. What was I up to? I don't know. Well, I was saying I've not got the numbers out. We've been working on that 777 plan. Both that plan and the Sharehook plan should be launching about mid-January. Maybe a little bit earlier for the Sharehook plan. Maybe not. We'll wait and see. Okay. Numbers, as I say, I haven't got them out, but I can quickly get you, I think. Is this still available? No, let me click to log in. Oh, and I'll carry on while that's going. So there is no news yet from ROI Tips. I really didn't expect it. I think we're going to be looking at into the new first week or second week of the new year. And then we will definitely be starting with that campaign come May. However, I am not relying on the results from that campaign anymore. It's taken over a year to get where we've got with that. We haven't even started it yet. But anything that comes in from that will be a bonus. We will be putting into place lots of other things benefit the Turnkey Cash Cow members. Not accepting any new Turnkey Cash Cow members after the end of this year. I sent a message out about that, but I haven't. But it will be stopped. There will be no more Turnkey Cash Cow members. We will take care of the people who are already in and make sure they get a handsome profit. Okay, numbers. Let's have a look at numbers. In the past 24 hours, let's have a look where we are. We went up to, or down to, I'm not sure which it is yet, 40,460. 40,468. it's down 8 places in our registered members. We always take a bunch of people that haven't logged in for a couple of months. We always get new registrations, and we've obviously had 8 more that we took out in registrations today. Although the registrations have been good, we took out a lot of people I know this morning, and I think we take them out twice a day. And then 4 option 2, which is 20. We are up 27 in our active members to 4,072, and active members often made up a lot of, although the increase is often made up of new members joining, and they are people that are logging in on a regular basis. Okay. Right. Let me see. I am in the process also of changing the offers that come up with registration. So there's going to be no offers that are showing now when people go through that registration page. I've taken that video out, the link to the offers page for the first 48 hours. So those will be reviewed and new information put up there. Because a lot has changed, really seriously, a lot has changed since that was done. The registration page is the same, that I'll just help people get started. That power line, I sent out a message about a new video that we've done for the power line, and that will help you bring in a lot of new members. But you have to take action. And as there is no more really news or updates for you other than what you've already had and what you already know, I want to talk a little bit about taking action, because people get funny ideas in the head, and words, whether you actually speak them or think them, are very, very, very powerful. My wife sent me a video a couple of days ago. I had seen it before, but it's a remarkable video. It's about, with the guy, I think he's in Japan, but he tests the molecular structure of water. Now that sounds pretty boring, doesn't it? But one of the things he does is he puts water in little glass jars, and he takes different words onto the jars. Some jars he has really positive words like love, kindness, gratitude, service, this type of word, honesty. And he takes these onto the glasses. And then on some of the other glasses, he types more negative type words like hate, lies, malicious, all sorts of that type of word. Then what he does is he takes drops out of these bottles after a period of time, not very long. Can't remember the time, but I think it's probably about 24 hours. He takes drops out of these and puts them individually onto slides, which he freezes, and then he examines them under a microscope and looks at the structure. And all the drops that he has with the good words produce beautiful symmetrical images, pretty much like if you've ever seen the magnification of a snowflake with all its different structures. He gets images like that from all the jars that have had good words on them, which is the way they should be, and that's what a snowflake is like, and so on. But the jars that have had the bad words on them, they don't produce symmetrical clear images. They're opaque and distorted, and the only difference is the word that's been taped onto the jar that they're in. It's the same water. And if it can do that to water, think about what a word can do to you. I used to do demonstrations of the power of words where we have people holding their arm out, and we get them to think about a word like honesty or patriotism or love, and then we try and move their arm, and it was really, really solid, and you couldn't move their arm. It was very, very difficult. And then we get them to think of a word like hate or lie or deceit, and we try and move their arm then, and it would be weakened so much that you could easily push their arm down. You can do this, if you go into a party, do it as a party trick. Get some people, get a person up there and have them put their arm out, and you'll see it'll work. The power of words. So we've got to be very, very careful with the words that we choose and we use ourselves, whether we're using them consciously or subconsciously, aloud or silently. I trained as a hypnotist. You probably know that. I was a master hypnotist, and if you didn't know it, well, you do now. And I've not practiced for a long, long time, but it was mainly clinical therapy and this sort of thing. But one of the things that you learn as a hypnotist is that if somebody has something bad that they have in their mind that they're implanted, if they take a bad word, for example, it takes something like 10 times good words to obliterate that bad and get a positive response. So whenever you find yourself thinking anything like "I can't," you've got to cancel that immediately and literally say to yourself, cancel, 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 and then substitute it with "I can, I can, I can." But do that "I can" 10 times for every time you said "I can't" in that space of time, And this applies to everything in your life. It's not just "I can" or "I can't." It's anything that you think of, even have the slightest hint of a thought that is negative, you've got to cancel it out and replace it at least 10 times over with a positive thought. It's not necessarily opposites. People, if you were to say to people, what is the opposite of love? And they would say hate. And that's not really true. Hate is an absence of love. It's not an opposite of love. It's like people, what's the opposite of light? And people would say dark. But dark doesn't, you can't qualify dark. Dark just exists. And light is measurable. You can't measure darkness. Darkness is it's an absence of light. You can only measure light. And you've got to really, if you want to change your life, you've got to change your words. Not necessarily what you're speaking to other people, but that's important as well. But you've got to change the words that you're using throughout the day. And anytime anything that is slightly negative comes out of your mouth or into your mind, you've got to reverse it. You've got to cancel it and put something else. Tony Robbins has a saying, which I personally value very highly, and it's a malaprop, really. But it's very, very powerful. And that saying is, if I can't, I must. And that is so important. Anything that you feel that you can't do, you just got to do it until you can do. You can't allow things to influence your life, whether it's, I can't ask that person for a date. If you can't, you must. You must go out. It doesn't matter what the result is, but you've got to do that thing. If it's, I can't clean the car and I'm not very good at it, you've got to say, no, I can clean the car and I will clean it until I am good at it, whatever it may be. And anything that you are doing in your life, you've got to be very, very conscious of the words that you use. It's so easy to slip into something, particularly if you are struggling financially, for example. You keep saying to yourself, I don't have enough money. And that is negative. That is attracting more lack into your life. You've got to change that, saying, I don't mind this bill coming in because I attract as much money as I need at all times. You've got to change it. What you focus on, the words that you use, are going to attract into your life the very things that you don't want. Another guru of mine says somewhere along the lines, I can't remember the full statement, but talking about fear, it says, fear, you've got to dismiss fear because fear attracts the very thing you fear. Yeah, because you're worried about that fear. You've got that fear of something, and it's just bringing more of that into your life. What you focus on, you will get. It's not easy for people to change. If you don't feel well, there's a tendency to say, I don't feel well. Whether it's outspoken, whether it's mentally, or whatever. And it's going to bring more illness into you, not feeling well. You got to say, wow, I'm getting better every day. Maybe you don't believe it at the beginning, but you've got to do it, and you've got to put as much conviction into it as you can. And you've got to keep focused on the fact that, yeah, you are getting better. I saw somebody asking a plea for people to pray for his wife on Facebook, and he was saying, don't pray for her to get well, because that's not how it works. And he's right. You don't pray for people to get well. You visualize them as being well, and you pray that you can see them in that well state, fully active, happy, running about, whatever it may be. And that's what he was saying, and that guy's got it spot on. You've got to visualize what you want, not what you have, not what you've always been. The past doesn't matter. It's gone. You can't do anything with it. You may be able to learn some lessons from it, but you can't change it. You can't change the past. The future, you can't do anything with because it's not here. The only thing you can influence is what you do now, and that will determine your future. And if what you're doing now is what you've done before, and it's got you where you are, and you're not where you want to be, you've got to change what you're doing. And the way to change what you're doing is to change the words that you're using mentally and audibly, silently. You've got to change those words into the words that are going to get you where you want to go. And it's going to be a slow process and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be worth it because you can be, do, and have anything that you want in life. That is a promise. That is a promise that's in all the religious books of the world. It's a promise that is in all the personal development books in the world. And it's a promise that I'm making to you. But you've got to do it. Nobody can do it for you. How do you do it? You concentrate on the words that you are using every day, audibly, silently, mentally. Change them. Change the words that you're using, and you'll change your life. Okay. With that said, get out there and get a lot of people into We Share Abundance with the Powerline plan. And don't tell me you can't. Tell me you can. You can say, I've never done it in the past, but that is the past, and that's not me. The future is where I'm going, and that is what I'm changing today. And if I can't, I must. Get out there and do it. Don't be worried about the reaction of people. Just treat them with respect, love. Ask them to take a look at the video that I've done about the power line. And if it interests them, they'll get involved. If it doesn't, they won't. I've had several people join We Share Abundance today by sending out that email that I sent to you. We've had a few people because I had to send another message out to people. Usually when I'm sending a message out to you in the form of an email with links to We Share Abundance and thing, it's so that you can get an idea of maybe what you can use, whether it's on social media, whether it's talking to people live, whether it's sending an email out to a list, however you do it, communication is important. And use the right words whenever you're communicating with anybody, especially with yourself. And if people like the idea of the power line, we're not asking them to do anything. We're not asking them to pay anything. All we're asking them to do is register. They're in the power line. Let that then do the work for you. Let that power line then get them into the different plans, build your network, help them out where they ask for help, and you will find that financially your life will change for the better. What we're working on is solid principles, solid plans, legal, ethical, generous plans that can help everybody. You're part of everybody. The more people you help, the more you will help yourself. It's impossible to help others without it being of greater value to yourself. That's just another law. The more people that you help, the more you help yourself. Whether you want to help yourself or not doesn't matter. It'll happen. So that's what I wanted to cover with you because it is so important. There's so many people want to change their life, but they don't do it because they use the wrong words. It's as simple as that. Not easy, but it's as simple as that. Concentrate every time you have a thought, every time you're going to say something, make sure that the words that you're using are positive. Make sure that they're driving you in the direction you want to go. Because unfortunately, most people, without thinking about it, use words that take them back to where they were, back to where they don't want to be. Change the words you use, change your life for the better. Okay, what are we? We got Kingsley in from Manchester. We got Michael in about connecting my wallet. So, what wallet do you recommend? I use MetaMask, but a lot of people prefer Trust Wallet. I'm not an expert on wallets, Michael. I know a lot of people that use Trust Wallet also use MetaMask as well. In fact, I have Trust Wallet as well as MetaMask, but I use MetaMask because I've got used to it. Now, whether it's better than Trust Wallet or any other wallet, I don't know. Some people like, what is it, Exodus, I think, is another one. It's a personal preference. You can use any, but if you want help from support, or you want a video that guides you how to do it with We Share Abundance, we only show MetaMask. And you can go to /MetaMask after we Share Abundance, WeShareAbundance.com/MetaMask. And that is a video of connecting your wallet to MetaMask. I think, I'm not sure whether I added how to add a token. If I didn't, I intended to, but I'm not sure whether I've done it or not. That's another thing I'll have to check on while I'm going through the site, because the site is going to be totally revamped, but I need to do what I can do with it first of all, in terms of getting everything up to date. Yeah, and any that you're happy with. None of them are easy to use at the start because you don't know what you're doing. It's like learning to drive, I suppose, isn't it? You get in the car and you're a little bit confused about what the pedals do and the best way to steer and to concentrate on looking in your mirror as well as looking that way and checking that mirror and making sure that this passenger, all these things that become automatic to you after a short while, are difficult and confusing at the beginning. I pride myself on being a good learner, and yet it's taken me 70 years to learn to tie a shoelace. That's ridiculous, and it is. I've always been able to tie my shoes from a very early age, but my shoelaces, I tie them up, in that bow that everybody knows how to do. And within a short space of time, they've untied themselves and have to do it again and again and again. And to solve the problem, my mother said, well, do like a double button. So we would cross them over and tie them again. And then that solves the problem to an extent. But most people tie the shoelaces and they just stay there. And it took me 70 years or thereabouts to learn that you just have to pull on two different parts of the bow to make sure it's really tight, and that's it. It doesn't come apart, it doesn't come undone. So we all have things that we learn, we can get better at, and we get better at them with practice usually. But it does get better no matter how long it takes, even if it takes you 70 years. Okay. That pretty much covers what I've got for you today. I haven't got the multiply Weezer numbers out because I couldn't be bothered logging in there again, and I hadn't done it. I'm going to check and see if there's any messages in the app here. We have got Lewis in early on. We've got Criflow Rex. I am in this already. Please, more update. We give you updates every day live. If you have specific questions, we can answer them. But I've given you some updates already today. What's the most significant thing that's happening at the moment? And that is the power line. It will put people in. They don't have to pay. They just register and they're automatically in that power line. And that power line means that everybody that joins after them is a potential step towards thousands of dollars of income for them. It's not a power line that has no effect on them unless they've been referred by themselves or by the team. And it will generate thousands of dollars for everybody. I can't guarantee a time, but it will happen. And we are here for generations, not for a few weeks or months. Well, how long it takes is irrelevant. But you can speed it up by referring people yourself. And that will get you where you want to go faster. And you can do that. You can refer a lot of people with the power line plan. It is the easiest thing to get people to sign up for. Power lines, people are starting to understand, and they are a bit of the rage at the moment. A lot of people are getting into power line plans. They've been around for years, but they are at the moment fashionable. So get out there and tell them our power line is the best. And if you want to know why, watch the video. And that's all you need to do. And some will, some won't. Some do, some don't. Girls just want to have fun. Or something like that, isn't it? Dr. Hook and the Medicine Men, I think. Right. Okay. That's it from me for today. But watch your words. Be very, very conscious of every thought, every word that you use, whether it is mentally, whether it is audibly. Get into the habit of only using words that indicate that you're on the path to where you want to be, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationships. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. The words that you use will get you there. God bless. See you all tomorrow. 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. Until then, use those words, put them into action. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. Say, I always take action now, and it always gets me where I want to go. This is where I want to go. I want to go to the top. Okay? I'll see you later, alligator. Hey, wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Won't wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. Come on. See you later, alligator. Yeah.